All right, last thing for today, we are ready to go over our simple compound or complex practice questions. So remember, simple, I have one independent part, one piece that makes sense by itself. Compound, I have two independents put together. So independent plus independent, and they're connected by a fanboy. And then complex means I have one independent part that makes sense by itself and one dependent part that needs more information. It does not make sense. So look at number 1. Basketball was invented in 1891 by James Naismith. I don't see a comma or a fanboy in that one. It's just one piece, one independent clause. So that means it's a simple sentence. One part that makes sense by itself. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's blurry. There we go. All right, number 2, James Naismith was a PE teacher, but he became well known after his invention. So I saw a comma and a fanboy, so that told me I need to check both sides. So if I check this side, James Naismith was a PE teacher. That makes sense. If someone came up to me and said that, I could understand what they were saying. So that's independent. He became well known after his invention. That makes sense too. That's another independent. So I have two independents connected by a fanboy. That's going to be a compound sentence. All right, number 3. Because he had to keep his students in shape during the winter, he came up with the idea. I saw a comma, so I know I need to check both sides. The first side says, because he had to keep his students in shape during the winter. If someone came up to me and said that, that would not make more sense. I would need more information. So that's going to be dependent. This part says, he came up with the idea. If someone came up to me and said, he came up with the idea, that makes sense. That's going to be independent. So I have a dependent and an independent part. That's going to be complex. Okay, now number 4. Basketball is a great way to stay in shape. I don't see any fanboys. I don't see a comma. That's just one part that makes sense by itself. So this is just going to be one independent piece, which is a simple sentence. One part, one independent clause that makes sense by itself. And then last one for today, number 5. Today players shoot balls in nets, but peach baskets were used when basketball was first invented. So when I read this sentence, I saw a comma and a fanboy, so that told me I need to check both sides. So today players shoot balls in nets. If someone came up to me and said that, that makes sense. It's an independent clause. Let's check the other side. Peach baskets were used when basketball was first invented. That makes sense too. So it's another independent clause. So I have an independent clause, a fanboy, and an independent clause. So that's going to be a compound sentence. 2 sentences joined together with a fanboy. So hopefully you did pretty good. If you missed some, then fix them and make sure you understand why you missed it. I hope you guys have a great day.